Hi, my name is Brooke Haggerty, and I'm the Food Chick. Welcome to today's episode of For the Love of Food. We are in the dog days of summer, everyone, and no one really wants to get into a kitchen and cook hot food. So today, we're going to lighten things up a little bit, and we're going to have a beautiful cold lunch today. We're going to start off with this gazpacho, which is one of my favorite soups. It's chock full of beautiful fresh garden tomato, red onion, we've got some red pepper, we've got some basil, we've got some cucumber. It's pretty amazing. All this is just going to go into our food processor, and it's going to create an amazing, amazing soup for us to have for lunch. And then we're going to pair that today with a heart of palm salad. A little break from the traditional salad. It's going to have a little bit of heart of palm, some grape tomatoes, some capers, a little bit of arugula, and some hard-boiled eggs, so we get some protein in there, because we are having a pretty much vegan, vegetarian style lunch today, with the exception of the eggs. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start by getting our tomatoes into the food processor. I'm just going to cut the ends off my tomatoes. Let's make some nice big cuts here. Beautiful fresh tomatoes. I actually just got these at the farmer's market this weekend. I knew I was going to be making the soup today, so I asked the farmer, I asked her if she had any tomatoes that were just getting ready to turn. So these are, you can see this is a nice soft tomato. So if you've got a tomato that's not quite perfect for sandwiches anymore, but it's not good enough to be thrown back out into the garden to nourish the rest of your garden, this tomato is great for, that soft tomato is great for our gazpacho. So what we're going to do is we're just going to process some tomatoes down real quick. So we've got our tomato processed down. I'm going to add some red pepper to it, just about a half of a red pepper. I'm cooking enough soup today for two people. My husband's coming home for lunch later on this afternoon, so we're going to have a nice lunch together, sitting outside under the umbrella, because it is still, as I said, it's super duper hot. But you want to be outside when you can in the summertime. Who really wants to be stuck inside? So we'll sit outside under the umbrella. We'll have a nice, beautiful gazpacho and the salad, perhaps a little glass of wine to go with that. It'll be absolutely lovely. So we've got our red pepper done up. We're going to add the red pepper to the tomato. So as you can see, we're building our soup. It's going to be a gorgeous soup to build. So we've got our red pepper in there. We've got our tomato. Now I'm going to add some red onion in there. I'm just going to take a half of a red onion and get rid of my ends, and I'm going to get rid of my outside peel. Beautiful flavors for summer. This is, you don't need to overthink your cooking, especially in the summertime. You don't let those gorgeous flavors come through on their own. Let that garden shine through for you. Because this onion smells beautiful. Again, this is something else I picked up at a local Carroll County farmers market this weekend. I was in Sykesville on Sunday for their farmers market. We were actually filming an episode of Serving Carroll, so you'll see that coming up very soon on the Community Media Center's channel 19 for Comcast. So I've got my onion in here now, and I'm going to process that a little bit. Bingo. So my onion's processed in there now. We're going to add a little cucumber in here. This is an English-style cucumber. I use an English cucumber in this soup because it's got a thinner skin, and I like to leave the skin on my cucumber for my gazpacho. This, as you know, most of your nutrients are in your skin when it comes to fruits and vegetables, at least the edible skins. So I'm just going to put my cucumber right in here now too. You can see we're moving right along with this recipe. It's very quick and simple. Now our cucumber's going to town in there. Okay, so now we've got our cucumber in there. Okay, so we've got our tomatoes, our onions, our cucumbers, and our peppers all in our food processor. Now we're going to add one of the stars of the show. Well, they're all the stars of the show today. We're going to add basil. This is fresh basil from my herb garden that I just picked this morning. I needed to get it in because, as I said, it is a scorcher out there. So I've been making sure that I water my herbs every single morning. First thing in the morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm out there so that they don't get too dried out. But as soon as that sun hits, you really, really, really want to make sure that you're keeping your herbs dry, keeping them watered, and then picking them as soon as you need to pick them. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull some of these leaves off from here. Pull these leaves off here, and we're just going to put them right in here whole into our gazpacho. So they're going to go right in there, and then I'm going to add a little bit of garden herb seasoning, a little bit of truffle salt, just a tiny bit, and a little bit of lemon pepper. And we are going to put that once again through. And that is just doing its thing. I got one of those basil leaves that does not want to. Okay, so terrific. Let's do a little taste test on here. Grab a spoon. Oh, that's really nice. It needs a little bit of salt. We're going to put a little bit more salt in there, and just a tiny bit. You can see we've got a nice thick soup here. What we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of tomato juice to this to give it a little bit more of a liquid consistency. I made sure I chilled my tomato juice down really good. Actually just pulled it out of the freezer so it's nice and cold. We're going to put that in there. You can put this into your desired consistency if you want it a little bit thicker or a little bit thinner, whatever you choose. And I'm just going to mix it up just a little bit. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, one more taste here. That's really nice. It's got a really nice pop of the basil. The onion, you can taste the onion in there, and this is the perfect amount of soup for 2 people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put this right into, I'm going to serve it right out of here, out of my large mixing bowl, because I will be able to, I'll be able to pour it right into the cups when my husband comes home for lunch. So let me get cleaned up, and we're going to get started on our heart of palm salad with grape tomatoes and one of my favorite things, which is arugula. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my gazpacho cleaned up, and we've got our gazpacho sitting over here. Normally this would be in the refrigerator chilling at this point because you want to serve this soup nice and cold. So we're going to go ahead and get started now on our heart of palm salad with arugula. So of course we're going to use hearts of palm. We're going to use arugula. I've got some beautiful grape tomatoes. I've got capers, and then I've got cucumber, the rest of my English cucumber, and hard-boiled eggs. Now let me tell you something about hard-boiled eggs. You always want to keep hard-boiled eggs in your refrigerator. They are a great source of protein. It's a wonderful snack, and it's a great, if you need a quick breakfast item in the morning, grab a hard-boiled egg and out the door you go. And you can eat it on the way to your car, and then you're good to go. So that's my little tidbit for the day on hard-boiled eggs and keeping protein, because I am a huge believer in a high-protein diet. So, okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to put together our heart of palm salad, starting with our cucumber. We'll go with our cucumber first. I'm going to cut my cucumber into fairly large, fairly wide slices here, and then we're going to quarter it down. We want this to be a little bit of a big, hearty salad. Because we are serving it with a little bit more of a delicate gazpacho. So I don't know about you, but sometimes, even though it's hot out, I want to feel that I'm eating. So we'll have some nice big chunks of cucumber here. And this is a gorgeous cucumber. Again, farmers markets in Carroll County are in full swing. So I've got my cucumber in here. And I'm going to grab some grape tomatoes. I'm just going to slice these grape tomatoes down in half. You know how much I love grape tomatoes. It's such an easy product to work with, whether you can roast them whole, you can slice them down. I use them for salsas. Again, they don't explode too much with juice. They really hold their own in soups, sauces, by themselves, on a vegetable platter, anything you want to do them in. Again, today, a beautiful arugula salad with the heart of palm salad with arugula. Okay, so we've got our tomatoes and our cucumbers. Let's go ahead and season this up a little bit. My favorite garden herb seasoning, a little bit of lemon pepper, and then a little bit of truffle salt. We're going to use the truffle salt. That's going to bring up the moisture out in both the tomato and the cucumber, and it's going to be fantastic. Okay, I'm also going to add a little bit of basil in here right now. Just tear off a couple leaves from my basil from my garden, from my little herb garden. I'm going to chiffonade those down, so nice long strips. And I'm going to put those right in there. Look how pretty this is looking. I've got my hearts of palm. My hearts of palm are, this is a product of Costa Rica. It looks like string cheese. It fools the kids all the time. But it's got this nice, delicate flavor to it. But again, it's got texture to it. So you're not feeling like you're missing out on the meat in your meal in this meatless meal. So let's go ahead and we'll slice some of these up. Just leave them round, throw them in there. This is going to be a really, really nice lunch today. I'm really looking forward to my husband coming home. Between the two of us, one of us is usually always at the restaurant, so it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have, actually it's not just kind of nice, it's very nice to have him coming home today. I'm really looking forward to it. So I've got my hearts of palm cut up. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up just a little bit in here. Let those flavors marry together a little bit. That salt, the lemon pepper, the truffle salt, the basil that's in there, a little bit of the garden herb seasoning. Now we do want to have a little bit of a dressing on this today. So I'm going to make a quick little vinaigrette, rice wine vinaigrette. The rice wine vinaigrette will be a little softer vinaigrette for us. So I'm just grabbing my mason jar. I'm going to do, I'm using avocado oil today for this. So I'm going to use about 1/4 cup of avocado oil. If I can get my avocado oil to, there we go. About 1/4 cup avocado oil. And about 3/4 cup of rice wine vinegar. I want that nice tang that's going to come out of this. I love rice wine vinegar. It's very, very versatile. I love the fact that I can, if I need it from the store, you know, it's readily available in all the grocery stores now. And I just go ahead and I pick it up, and they've got seasoned vinegars. They've got a plain one, so you can sort of do whatever you want to do with it. Okay, so I've got a little bit of, I've got my oil, I've got my rice wine vinegar. I'm going to grab my handy dandy microplaner, which we all know I love my microplaner. I'm going to go ahead and zest up a lime for us today. Let me go ahead and get those juices circulating inside of there. And we'll go ahead and see how this beautiful lime zest is coming down. Again, I know we've talked about this before, but the pith on your lime, that's the white. You don't want to get down to that. You just want to get the green off from there. The pith makes everything a little bit more bitter. So we've got some lime in there. Just going to slide that right into my mason jar. This is going to be a very, very simple dressing. A little bit of lemon pepper. A little bit of truffle salt and garden herb seasoning, my 3 favorites. Put this aside over here. Grab my lid. Oh, wrong lid. Grab the right lid, and we're just going to shake this up. Okay, so you see a nice light vinaigrette there. Let me grab my spoon for that, get a little taste. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. We're going to add some lime juice to it. And I could have actually even gone with a little less oil in there, but the lime juice will really cut that down. We need that nice bright acidity. Okay, let's shake this up one more time. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. We're just going to put just a little tiny bit there. And we'll stir that up. Because we've already got some juices that are coming out from the tomato and the cucumber with the salt in there. We're going to add our arugula in there now. I love using my hands on food. As far as I'm concerned, your hands are your best tools in the kitchen. This is such a pretty, pretty salad. Let me grab my platter. We'll put a nice platter out here with our salad on there. Oh my goodness. I might win Best Wife Award today. And get that up there so we can see everything that's in our salad. And now we're going to take our beautiful hard-boiled eggs. Again, hard-boiled eggs, keep them in your refrigerator. They're so easy to do. Bring your water to a boil. Put your eggs in, bring your water to a boil for 8 minutes. Cut it off, let it sit for 5 minutes. Stir them, peel them. Perfect, perfect, perfect egg here. And a fantastic lunch. We've got our protein, we've got our greens. Oh, this is gorgeous. And now we're going to put, here, we'll do even better. We can just pour our gazpacho right there. My name is Brooke Haggerty. I am the Food Chick, and thank you for joining me on today's Dog Days of Summer lunch episode. Bon appetit! Oh, that's good.